Yeah. Wait, you can't?
You have to pay, I think, right? You pay, yeah.
So, okay, so I'll go ahead and share my screen.
You lost a member, huh?
I know, right? Like, right at probably the worst time for her to drop it. Okay, so, oh wait, hold on. I hit the wrong button. Okay, so, Nelson and I were just talking about the charter of which version we would want. And Jill, I don't know, did you know in the slides that they have the 3 examples of the charters from last week?
No. It's so hard to find anything on there.
Good, because I didn't find it either. Nelson told me.
Okay. I don't know if it's just me, but it's like, wow, things are not clear on that website.
Not at all.
No,
okay.
It's set up so weird. But I was just telling Traquan, so if you go to your homepage in the class, where it has the tabs for the week, if you click on the fundamentals to building cohesive teams, you go to the lecture, it has the PowerPoint that maps out the charters. So that's what I have up right now. So
okay, cool.
This is the first one that he put on was the team canvas, which is this is the layout for the charter. Which
that doesn't look like a paper to me.
I know, right? It's not a paper, it's literally a layout. That's where I was confused. I was like, he's talking about like paper. This is not a paper. This is legit a layout format.
Right.
But this is the first one.
So there's also the section, did you see, under Milestone 2, under Delegation? Then he has like some things about a prompt and formulating the team charter and everything too. And there's finally a sample outline for the paper.
I know, right?
Yeah, which is good.
So for the second milestone, we have to do the team charter and we have to do the project roadmap.
And delegate, right?
Well, it seems like the only thing we have to turn in is the 2 things, and I think delegation is in the charter because here it says to do like people and roles and like your personal goals and all that good stuff. So I think that's all in the charter.
Okay.
But this is the first one, the team canvas, and then you have teamwork canvas, which is more of just like a box setup. And then you have the last one, which is the Asana charter, which again, it's the box, but this is the one I personally like the most.
Okay.
Because I think it's the easiest to lay out, and I think it's the easiest to delegate. Because
okay, I'm good with that. If everybody else is, at this point, we need easy.
Yeah.
So I was it about. I'm sorry to
go ahead.
Be off topic, but the discussion that's due tonight, that's from the good, bad, and ugly stuff, right? And does it have to be from someone from our group or any student?
No. So what you do is you go onto the discussion for the GBU from last week, and you find 3 rules from people outside of our group. So pretty much anyone from the other group. And then you take those rules and you find a positive and negative. And if you choose one of the negative ones, you have to like reword the rule to be from like a don't to a do. And I don't know about you guys, but that discussion completely caught me off guard. Like I totally forgot about it because of this.
It was way more than I thought it entailed at first. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really put those up there very much ahead of time.
No, he doesn't. He opens it up like so late, and
yeah, he opened it up Sunday, and then it's due on Wednesday.
Exactly.
Yeah, but with
we're all supposed to meet in between.
Yeah, but it's like with the milestone as well. The discussion kind of like goes to the back of the mind
because
we only have.
Bless you.
we only have a
Sorry, that was
week
my
to
baby.
do this thing, and
Right.
okay. But side note, so for this one, I think we can actually separate this out pretty well amongst us
Okay.
because roles and responsibilities, we kind of have to do that as a team to decide who's going to do what. Signatures,
Okay.
I mean, that's all just us agreeing to the charter. That's it. And then I think one person might have to take on like 2 boxes. I think maybe to assign by box might be the
Yeah.
easiest.
I'm okay with that.
So
Ready.
you have mission and objectives, roles and responsibilities, budget and resources, work
A budget of
processes.
what? This is what I'm like losing it because it's like we're not really having an object, right?
Yeah.
We're not really allocating.
Well, I think in a small way, this is because this is about team dynamics. We have to
Right.
sort of like, let's pretend we're a company, a team within a company, but at the same time we're students. So I'm trying to think of like the budget.
Well, it says in the box, it says, explain how your team will determine project budgets and allocate project resources. List any universal rules for managing project finances. Of course, we don't have any finances, so
Right.
that's out. But I think it's more about budgeting time and not really money.
Okay.
So,
okay.
like,
That
what
makes
is?
sense.
I think that's more or less our creating a budget timeline of
Okay.
when to get things completed for our research paper, which Nelson had to clue me up on that one because I was so confused because when he said a research
Yeah.
paper, I'm like, a research paper on what? What are we researching? And I think
Right.
Nelson says that it's like researching the actual T7 model and then presenting that model to the other team.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know because he didn't put any details up on the research paper yet. Like there's nothing there. So
Well, there is, but it's not really very clear either. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, but you know, whatever. Okay, so I'm good. So let's we don't really need to divide we don't really need to divide signatures like you said.
Yeah.
So that leaves 1, 2 through 7.
Well, that makes let's see, 1, 2. It makes 6 because roles and responsibilities. I think we'll have to come up with a group. So
Okay.
it comes up with 6. We have
Okay.
now 5 members. So one person might have to take on more, or we can do one of these boxes as a team, which might be performance assessment because it says explain how your team will measure project success in objective and subjective terms.
Okay.
So we all might be able to attribute something to that, like we did with the paper last week.
Right.
Maybe. I mean,
so are you good with everybody taking a box and writing all their own thoughts, or do you think we should use kind of what we put into maybe tonight's discussion as formulating all those things? Like for
Here's the idea I had.
Okay.
We can start a shared Word file, like a Google document or something, right? List each box, like a section, like a page per section. And then right now it's a group of 4 of us. We just throw out the details we want to include for each one of those 6.
Okay.
Because the 7th one is signatures. And then we assign each other that section, but that person will have something to go off on that the team decided on.
Right.
Besides Michael. Michael could actually add stuff to it afterwards, to each section, let's say, his own ideas. But then that way, we all did it as a team, but then we still have a way of delegating work for each person.
Okay.
I'm good. I think it's a good way to do it.
And then we can use, like, a lot of this is what we've been leading up to, so we really can use what everybody, all the rules everyone chose, we can kind of combine them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you mean the rules from the G, Good, Bad, Ugly from last week?
Exactly, because that's, yeah.
Once we all post the discussion tonight, I think when he wants to, I don't know why it said that. I set this meeting up for like 3 hours, whatever.
Okay.
We'll just all rejoin if it closes. So, one thing that it said in the delegation was to utilize rules from the discussion that we're doing today. So when we take those rules, I think it says something like select rules that would be like cohesive with your team and use those in your charter. So I think he wants us to use the rules that we've already created in the GBU assignment.
Okay. Yep.
So I think that definitely could be put into the rules and conflict resolution. But my question is does he actually want us to submit this in this format, or does he want us to write it out as a paper?
I think in this format, like if we're using the Asana charter, it should be those 6 blocks and then 2 blocks.
Yeah, I think so too. Because this is just going to be one slide of the final project, right? Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we may have to go bigger because it's not going to fit on one page, really.
Oh, no.
If you read what's in there. Maybe we do this on one page, have it be a blurb, and then each of the next pages or each of these things or something like that, or 2 per page or something like that.
I think we can set it up.
He likes boxed things and he likes things that connect, like, whoa, lots of that. Woo,
yeah, I know. I know. I think we might be able to set it up as boxes, like one on top of the other, and just have a continual document. Because some of these I don't think would be very big. I mean, mission and objectives state the purpose of your team and what you collectively seek to accomplish. That's a pretty small box. I mean, that thing shouldn't be too huge. I think the ones that might entail the most work is the budget and resources, the work processes, and the communication norms. I think those are the 3 that are going to entail the most, the meat of our charter.
Okay.
But do we have a list of the roles anywhere? I haven't been able to find them.
I don't think we have roles, right? Like for each other?
No, I think we need to make them, right?
We need to make them. But I thought I saw at one point a list of like the role titles to assign, but I can't find them again.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Seriously, sometimes I'm on a page and I was like, oh, I really like that. And then I can't find out how to get back to what I was looking at.
Exactly. I can't.
Yeah.
His stuff is confusing. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, he doesn't set it up to be very user friendly. But
so, because like, where do we talk about the whole teamwork model?
So that's in the project roadmap. So if you look, let me get to it so we can all see. So right here. So the project roadmap, that's where we create a roadmap for the research paper and the research presentation, and he gives us he gives us a sample outline. So I think this is where we would discuss everything regarding to the T7 model and set up that actual roadmap of how we're going to get to those 2 final things. And I think that's where the roles are really going to. I think that's where the roles are really going to come in a lot. Because, do you guys want all of us to be researching the T7, or do you want specific people to research certain aspects of it? Because I didn't really understand a lot of the T7 model myself, to be perfectly honest.
Honestly, I don't know how we can do that individually right now. Like, we have to all understand it before we can. Like, we got, like, for example, if you're looking at the template roadmap that he gave us, where it has like 1 introduction, 2 background, 3 model specifics. No, well, like I feel like the application, advantages, disadvantages, and critiques, that those 3 we need to kind of talk about as a team. Now, if we talk about the introduction, I feel like one person can do that. The background, another person can do that, because it's just like you just research it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the other stuff, I feel like we have to talk about it as a team before we can we can't just tell someone, give us what you think is the disadvantages of it.
I think the other ones, maybe the easiest way is for all of us to talk about it and then do kind of what we're doing in the charter, which is create a document, have all of us put our notes and our thoughts and our processes in there, and then try and have us just kind of create a paragraph, and then one of us or Michael or one of us can go through and actually complete the paragraph for it.
Yeah.
That way all of our thoughts are in there and when we're all contributing to it.
So I just don't have it open. When are these two things due? Is this
Sunday?
Not this Sunday? Oh yeah. Okay.
Sunday.
Okay. Because I think the charter is going to be fairly easy because we've written so many things leading up to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roadmap, that's kind of...
The roadmap is going to be a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that we actually have dates in the schedule of when things are due might actually help with that roadmap. Like next week, where is it?
Give me 1 second. Excuse me.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, on here we can see Sunday the delegate is due, and then the next week is all about integrate, which seems to be all about the research paper, like actually starting the process of research. So I think maybe we might be able to create a roadmap based on that. But I don't know exactly, like, the roadmap, is it like a paper that he wants, or is it like an actual, like, timeline of when we're going to have things completed?
Okay, sorry.
No worries. Welcome back. So I was just saying for the project roadmap, does he want a paper explaining everything, or does he want like a timeline? Because those are two very different things.
I think to me it seems like a roadmap, not a whole paper. Just a plan for the creation, right? So see, an outline, like I think it seems like number one, just an outline like this, and then because we don't have to do the PowerPoint already by Sunday, right?
No, I think the PowerPoint and the research paper is the next 2 weeks after this week.
Okay. So it's just the outline.
Yeah, I think it's literally just a timeline of when we should have everything completed, like an estimate.
I think it's these two things: plan for the creation of your team's main deliverables. Oh, well, so it's a plan for these two. That's all. Okay, so that's easy. So it's an outline for, yeah, exactly. Okay. So just like this sample is basically all we need, is all the different sections and a couple of words, right? Don't you think? I think so.
I think so, yeah. And then just like a time scale of when we can have everything estimated to be completed. But I think we also have to make sure that we assign people to those areas, like put down if we're going to do it as a team meeting or as an individual, who the individual is.
Okay.
And so forth. But what about the roles? What do we want to do for that?
You want to go to that other page? If you can find it.
That's what I was saying. I have no idea where it is. I know I saw it somewhere. But where is the question?
I just meant let's assign roles based on, or that was just those sections. But roles, okay. I might have printed it because I start printing because it's like, dude, I'm never gonna find this again. So let me see if I have the roles. I might.
Because, we have Michael as the team spokesperson, and then what are the other roles that we need to fill? I know there's like a communication. Oh.
Hi.
I truly hate Zoom sometimes.
Hello. Oh, no worries.
Okay. So,
I'm creating a sheet for us.
okay.
The part where I get stuck. So I work at Golden West College, and I can't always share my stuff the way I want to. So I'm gonna put it in the chat in a second.
Okay.
But if you can't edit it, it's maybe because I'm not allowed to give you edit permission. So
Somebody else
Benny-
can just copy and paste it and start a new.
yes,
or whatever.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for roles on it. I'm on a small MacBook, so I'm trying to like do it on both of these things. Let's see. Like it shouldn't be that hard to find roles.
You would think.
If
You
he
would
wants
think.
us to do this. I gotta tell you, when he came to the last thing, it was just Michael and I, and he started talking about social loafing. Do you guys?
Yeah, I caught like the beginning of that conversation.
I guess it must be in the reading somewhere because I had no idea what in the heck he was talking about. That's not on any of his little PowerPoints that he does or as his lectures. Have you guys seen that in any of the reading? Did I just miss that?
No,
last week's reading, I'm pretty sure talked about it. Or it might be on that video from last week.
I also can't get his videos, so I don't know. That's my issue, I guess. I can't do it at home or at work though, so I don't know what's going on with my stuff. Were you ever able to see the one that he gave us feedback?
No.
I honestly didn't even try though.
Oh, okay. You didn't try. Okay.
Well, the only video I can see is the ones that's on his lectures, and that's it. I can't see anything else.
Okay. He says he posted one giving us feedback on the project, and it doesn't open, and I emailed him, and I still haven't heard. So
I can see his comments, me too. His actual comments, but I don't see a video anywhere. I don't know what he's talking about.
Me neither. Okay, well that's good. At least I'm not the only. Okay, I just cannot find these actual roles. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I could have sworn that I saw them somewhere, but like I said, I could have been.
But he changes things too, because like you said, I think some of it was up there from like a different section or something that he was doing, and then things have disappeared that I have seen.
I know, it's like you see it. It's like I know it was here because I've seen it, but blasted things. Okay. So is it here? Oh wait, no, that's not. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think we need to keep the meeting going just for the roles. I mean, I think we can discuss that in text.
Okay. So do you want to split up the boxes? We lost Traquan, so
yeah. So let's look at the Asana.
Okay. I'm posting the links as a reply, Desiree, to your Zoom link.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the best place, but let's try that. So if you go to Canvas and you go to your inbox,
okay,
the message that Desiree sent.
Nelson, you shouldn't have to send us a link. If you shared it with us, it should be in our Microsoft. So we should be able to edit it if you shared it with us. Which
so tell me how to do that. So when I'm in so I'm in Google. Oh, you know what?
Well, you can't use Google. We have to use Microsoft, remember?
Oh.
Yeah. So
then never mind.
Let me create
We have to redo it.
Yeah, let me just create a blank document and I'll share it, and then we'll make everything up.
Yeah,
so,
then I'll copy paste it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to. If you provide the links, I'll copy paste what I already did.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get it in there so I can share it with all of you. Ah. Oh.
I'm going to try to print something real fast.
No, I don't want to send a link. I just want to share the date. Ah, there it is. I just need to get... Oh, darn it. Nelson, what's your school email?
N Contreras, so NCONTRERAS, then the number 9 at student.cccd.edu.
Okay. And then I'm not sure Traquan's because we lost him.
Do you need? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Joe, what's yours?
My email?
Yeah, your student email.
I don't. Can I just use my personal one?
Yeah, I think that should be fine.
Okay, Martin, the number 4, and then S as in Sam, B as in Bravo at Yahoo. So Martin4SB at Yahoo.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. So I'll send it to you guys. Oh, it's unable to reach the server. Are you flipping kidding me? Ah! Okay, so Nelson, just save it because Michael's the one that created the last document, so I think maybe he might be the best one to create the new one. And then we'll copy and paste at that point.
Oh, maybe I can just edit his document for
Start
now.
adding onto it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not a. Oh.
You're muted, Nelson. Muted. We can't hear you. There you go.
It's freezing.
I got a phone call. All right, let me find the document and see how we're gonna do this.
Yeah, maybe just add it onto Michael's, and then we can ask him to create a new shared document with that information. But because this one is a little bit more complex, do you guys want to maybe schedule another meeting for like Friday or Saturday? To meet again?
So I'll be honest, I'm in New York.
Oh.
So I don't want to have that affect my work with you all.
Yeah.
You're in New York now?
Yeah.
Oh, lucky.
We had this trip planned since months ago before I realized how intense this class was.
Right. Well, that's awesome. So it's like time for you to go to bed or go out. Sorry, probably for you, go out.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm old. I don't go out that late anymore.
Nope. I don't even leave my house after 5 anymore unless it's like a dire emergency. So
meeting up, I want to, but it might be a little bit difficult.
Well, I think maybe if we can find a time on Saturday. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys work on Saturday? I'm not working right now, so that's why I'm always so quick to respond to everything, because I'm literally not doing anything. But
I can't Saturday. I can later Saturday. I can't in the early Saturday.
So like later, like early afternoon, or like
I'm trying to think. I just don't know. Let me see here.
Or we can just do another meeting tomorrow when Michael's available, because he's working right now. So.
Okay, we'll see if he comes back. Okay, sorry. Maybe tomorrow would be better, and we can do it earlier. I don't know if that helps you, Nelson, to do it earlier.
Tomorrow I won't be able to do it at all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But you could do the same thing as we did with Michael, where we record it and then I'll watch it on Friday. Okay, so if you go to the paper that Michael created, I put the stuff at the top. So it's just a simple outline for team charter, and then the same outline that the instructor provided for the roadmap. So at the very least, we have a sheet where we can all look at the same work.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
The same one that Michael.
Yeah, I see it. So I'll just move milestone 1 down.
Yeah, milestone 1 is at the bottom now.
Yeah. So we'll just leave that on there like that, and then.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
And then when Michael, we can ask Michael to create a new shared document. Sorry, my cat was like irritating my other one. So, ask him just to create a new shared document. And then go from there. I mean, what do you guys want to take on?
Let's see. I can do communication, signatures. That's no one needs to do that one, right?
Yeah. So signatures, all we have to do really on signatures is just like sign the document. So just kind of like put our names.
I can do communication or rules of conflict resolution. That's fine.
Wait. Okay.
I don't care.
Okay. All right. So you're writing it down.
Yeah. Do you have one that you want? Either one of you guys that you really feel strongly about?
I really like the work processes one. I think I could do that one.
Okay. I'm okay with it. I think we should get to choose since we're here.
Yeah.
I think we need to give TreyCon something very easy and very straightforward.
Yeah, I think with the baby, it might be a little bit more difficult.
He's pretty busy. Do you have one you want, Nelson?
Yeah, you're right about me. It would be a lot easier because I have the baby.
Can you see that page, TreyCon, and you can choose something you think will be easiest?
I think TreyCon for you, maybe mission and objectives might be the easiest. Because that one, you're just really stating, what it says is state the purpose of your team and what you collectively seek to accomplish. So it's a pretty simple, straightforward on there. I mean, if you want, you don't have to. You can select something else. But I think that might be the easiest.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Good. And what would you say the topic was?
It's the mission and objectives. Right? So it's the first box on the Asana charter.
So I think he missed where it is. So maybe tell him where it is.
Oh, it's under the let's see. You can actually see it on the where we went TreyCon for the Milestone 1 project where we put in our info. If you go to that same document, Nelson put in the photo of the Asana charter, so you can see exactly what it is.
Okay.
Okay. And then so I wrote in everyone's name under someone else is doing it too, so
I've just been putting it next to the title.
Yeah, me too.
So Jill, it's just you.
Mission objectives, TreyCon. Rules and responsibilities. Oops. Who wants to do that one?
That one you gotta do as a group.
Okay.
Oh, but how?
Well, that's where we all get to decide what role we want to take on and then define our responsibility for that role. I think that would be the easiest. Okay. So that we all are agreeing to that role by stating what our responsibilities to so that we can hold people to that standard.
Okay. We gotta find those roles.
Yeah, we got to find the roles and responsibilities. So, so work processes, I'll do performance assessment. I think that's another like group involvement. And then communication norms. So either Jill or Michael, one of you can take one of those.
I'll do communication then.
Okay. So that'll leave Michael with budget and resources.
Okay.
Wait, who's doing performance? Did we just say?
Performance is a group, because if you look at the definition for performance, it's explain how your team will measure project success in objective and subjective terms. So I think, like the other things, we can kind of all put a little like piece of it in there and then create the actual
okay
paragraph.
So okay. So what I'm doing is I'm writing a list of all our names, and then everyone has to write something in there.
That'll
Does that sound okay? That way, we all have to write at least 1 or 2 sentences.
Exactly, and that's like you're hitting the round robin, making sure everybody does something on it. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You
now
can
we're
really
flowing.
do that for the rules and conflict resolution too, because then everybody has, and then we can compile them after, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that one we'll kind of do together too. We'll all take a piece of it, and then nobody does fully too, but then whoever we decide to be, maybe we do. So we need a group leader. We already have a well, Michael's.
So we got Michael as the team spokesperson.
And then maybe we have someone that's like the writer or something. We got to find out where they are, but I think that was one of them.
Well, I know there was like communications, a team spokesperson. You had the leader, who's like the leader, I guess.
Okay.
And I can't remember the other one. So I think maybe I'll take like communications, since I'm the one like setting up the meetings and everything. So I'll put communications next to me.
I was gonna say, I think for roles and responsibilities, I don't know if it goes in there, but we need to say like what our leadership style is. Like is it self-management or management style? Maybe is the word.
I know the leadership style is in today's reading, and I've been looking through that. So it's like you have. I know I saw it when I was doing the reading today, where it's like you have like authoritative. Where is it?
So I'll say I think Desiree and Jill, one of you. If we have one leader that's delegating, I think it should definitely be one of you two. I think you both already have like a leader what's the word, mentality for this group.
Yeah.
I don't know if it exists, but I think a dual leader, like if you're both the leaders, I think might also be good. But I don't know if that's in the readings as an option.
I think there is an option for that in the reading or in one of the PowerPoints, because I remember seeing that it's like a cohesive leadership style where there's like a single like person that is declared the leader, but everyone is involved in the decision making. So maybe make that as the leadership style, maybe like a cohesive.
That's good.
In there, I think would work.
I don't like that the link to the textbooks are hard to find.
Yeah, I know.
I literally downloaded the textbooks and just access them that way because I hate those links.
So communications, Desiree, I think that, and you guys, I think we need somebody that, I know that Michael is a spokesperson, but somebody's going to have to look over that sheet and make it cohesive. Because if we're each writing different pieces, we all speak differently and write differently, right? Yeah. So is that going to be under communications, or is that going to be under spokesperson, or do we need another person to do something like that, clean everything up?
All right. I'm gonna say something though before.
Okay.
When I was in grad school, I did that where I changed everyone's to one tone. It mainly was like through Grammarly, which is kind of like a fancier version of proofreading. But then some people were upset that I changed their voice, like I erased their voice from the page.
Well, I think
I change it that much, but it has to be cohesive. It can't be like one person says this and then somebody says the opposite of something, right?
Okay.
Like,
Got it.
Like, and
Okay.
we have. I think that's a good point. We have to like maybe discuss it or something before, but we do kind of all have to have good grammar and good, sentence structure. Like if we all lead the sentence with the same, 3 words because of this, like we can't do that. Like it has to flow, don't you think?
Well, that was one of my concerns with the first paper that we had with everyone contributing, is that you get different tones, you get different grammar uses, and it just doesn't flow. So that's why I like the idea of everyone contributing their thoughts and then one person writing the actual paragraph.
Okay.
That way it's a consistent use of grammar, it's a consistent same tone, and we're not kind of bouncing all over the place.
Right.
If
do you think that falls on Michael, on you, or somebody totally different? What do you think?
I mean, I think Nelson, if you want to take that up since you had done it previously.
I didn't do it well. It was my point, but I learned from my mistake. So,
well,
what do we call that? What do we call that?
I would just say like a proofreader, or the writer. You can put them under writer.
Yeah, writer.
I have a bachelor's in English literature, so I can take that on. And someone else can do communications if you want, or Nelson, you can do it if you're up to it.
I don't know. I don't think communications is enough for you, Desiree. Because if you're just sending out emails, that's not enough.
What do you mean it's not enough? I think it's plenty.
You agree,
No,
Nelson?
I'm just kidding. No, you can put me down as communications and writer, and we'll just do it that way. Yeah.
I think that's good. Okay. Is that okay, Nelson? You and Traquan, you guys okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I want to have a role. I don't want to not have a role. So I just wish I knew like roles in general.
I know.
Well, I mean, we do have to have researchers as well. So Nelson and Traquan, if you want to be put in as researchers for like the T7 like research paper, I mean that's going to be a very big role. I mean, we're going to need research.
Okay, I'll be researcher.
Okay, Traquan, are you good with researcher as well? That way you can kind of just look up information.
Yeah, that's fine.
You and Nelson can kind of work with each other. That way, there's not so much put on you.
Okay. I was gonna say there was one role. I can't remember. Maybe it was from the lectures he talked about or something, where it was like a person that holds the other members accountable to doing their work.
Right.
So if someone's like not responding, is that part of the communications or is that something else?
I think that would be part of communications. Don't you?
Yeah, I think that would be part of communication as well, as making sure everyone's staying in contact with one another.
Because that is a lot of work, and it is sort of
all
like
this information. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
All the information that we research or whatever will go on the document that we're submitting.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Most of the research probably won't happen until we actually get to the research paper for the T7. I think right now the only thing you really need to focus on is the charter and the roadmap. Okay. Sorry, Nelson, go ahead. We keep cutting you off.
Well, no, I was just going to say, Desiree, that could also be kind of like a lot of work. Are you okay with that? And the writer?
Well, I think it's only going to be a lot of work if we don't keep communicating with each other. Like, if I have to track you guys down, then it might be a lot of work. But I'm hoping I don't have to do that. I think the only person I was concerned about was Morgan, because we weren't, like, hearing from her at all. But now that she's dropped the team, I don't think we're going to really have that much of a communication error. At least I'm hoping.
Yeah.
You still have to find a role for me. We have to find these roles.
Yeah.
I seriously don't know where they are. It's like driving me insane right now.
I'm trying to look on a separate page and I can't find anything.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Traquan, can you write your name the way it should be written in chat? Because I don't know if
the way to spell my name?
Yeah, like I feel like I saw it with an apostrophe in one place, but not in another.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Are you
The
sure?
apostrophe
How
or
about the
no
Q?
apostrophe.
Should the
Oh
Q be
yeah, the Q.
capitalized?
I mean, it really doesn't matter to me.
Okay,
Easy.
okay.
It's just,
That's how I
I
feel
don't
with
want to
my
do it.
last name as
Yeah.
well. Like, just
as
spell it
long as
however
my
you
name is
want. I don't
spelled
care.
correctly, it's fine. As long as everyone can say it and spell it, it's fine.
Believe me, people mess up my name. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, mine too, all the time.
Well, I only have
All
3
the flipping
letters. It
time.
should be pretty easy.
You would think, right? You would think it's very simple, but no. No.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna go to the syllabus and see if I can find something there. Like,
I didn't see anything there.
So,
Might just Google it at this point.
all right. So I'm still a
Okay,
little
so
bit. I'm still a little bit confused how we're gonna write out the charter. How we're delegating the work.
okay. Well, here's to address. So I found the 5 roles and responsibilities of a team. So there's leaders, creative director, facilitator, coach, and member. Is what.
oh, there you go. Okay,
So
wait
I
a
think.
second. Read that. Say that one more time.
So leaders,
Okay.
creative director, facilitator, coach, and a member.
Ah.
So I think as long as we have all of that covered, I think it should be okay. So right now we have what? We have
Can you copy paste it into that paper?
yeah, let me grab it here. I just Googled it to be perfectly honest. Like I was sick of trying to find it in the
Nelson, did you get one of the boxes for the charter? I didn't write it down.
How do you, yeah, I put myself under rules and conflict resolution. And
Okay.
Yes, this will, okay, so for communication norms, oh no. Yeah, this is where I'm getting mixed up. Okay. If you open up that Milestone 1 project initiation paper, on that first page, I put the charter.
Okay.
So under roles, we have Desiree as communications. But then later on, we have a box, right, called communication norms. Is that also going to be Desiree?
No, because the
I'm making that
communication
part of the charter.
norms.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
The,
Say that
the,
again.
the communication norms is for the specific charter. So what it says in that box is identify how and where team members should communicate with each other and whether the communication should be changed based on your decision. So that is really discussing how we're going to communicate with each other and how we're going to how and where. So really the only thing that like Michael would have to put in there is like
Well, that's
our
me.
team meetings, our group and so forth like that. So
Okay, so Joe, you're writing that section?
That's me. Yeah. We put Michael on budget and resources.
yeah, Michael on
Okay,
budget and resources.
so then I'm rules and conflict resolution.
Okay.
Let me go in order, okay? Mission and objectives is strict 1. Rules and responsibilities, all of us are going to write a sentence.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I'm doing that?
Well, it's kind of what you're writing is you're writing our roles down, and then each person will have to go back and write a sentence for what their role is going to be.
Yeah.
Is that
So
what you decided? Yeah.
initially, all of us,
Oh.
all of us are going to write out our responsibilities for the roles that we're taking on, and then I will go back in and write a cohesive document.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I misread. It's roles and responsibilities.
Yeah, roles and responsibilities.
Okay, so then, is that just a list of our names and our roles then, or does it have to be a? Oh, okay.
But we
now I get it.
you also have to remember to write like 1 or 2 sentences on the responsibilities of that role.
Okay.
Which I'm the only one that needs a role. Somebody find me a role.
Well, let's see what we got here. So Jill, you can actually just put down as like being a leader. I mean, we have Traquan and Nelson as, oh my God, are you kidding?
What?
Oh, sorry. I got the notification that the meeting ended, so I
Oh,
thought
okay.
it closed my Zoom again, and I was like, I was really gonna start throwing curses out.
Okay.
And then I heard talking, so I was like, okay, it didn't do that. So we have Traquan and Nelson as researchers, so you guys would write a sentence or two of like what that actually entails. I'm doing communication and writer, so I'll write out what that means. Jill will put as team leader,
Okay.
and then Michael, team spokesperson, and we'll just do that.
Okay. Got it.
And then budget and
Okay.
resources is Michael. Work processes is myself. Performance assessment, that's all of us. So just writing 1 or 2 sentences. And then communication norms is Jill.
Okay.
Rules and conflict resolution, that's Nelson. And then signatures, we'll all just write our name, which is agreeing to the charter.
I was thinking we should do that on Sunday once it's done, but we could just write it ahead of time, right?
We can do it Sunday when it's done because we're all going to have to proofread it on Sunday. Hopefully we can get this finished. I'm hoping by Saturday. That way we can make any changes if necessary by Sunday and then turn it in.
Okay.
Hey, I have a question. What is performance assessment? Meaning how we assess each other, or how we assess the overall? Well, maybe that's what we should write.
In the
box, it says how you will measure the project success.
Well, in the box it says explain how your team will measure project success in objective and subjective terms. So I think what you're writing is how is our project going to move forward, I guess, in its completion, both from an objective and a subjective point of view.
Okay.
Am I reading that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you gonna go? See that? Go.
Okay. So I'll put a yellow highlighted line for that one.
Okay.
Okay. Now for I think we all understand that part, right? We're all clear. Mm-hmm. So for the roadmap, what should we do on that?
Yeah, that was another one.
Where'd it go? Okay.
For introduction, we'll be introducing the roadmap. I mean, we'll be introducing the T7 model, right? Team model?
No, the roadmap is our timeline. Oh, I cut the thing. So the roadmap is a
plan for the creation of your team 2 main deliverables, which is the research paper and the presentation.
Yeah. So I think that is the actual, and for a better word, an actual roadmap of how we're going to get to that completion. So what are we going to do and what timeline are we going to do for that? So is that something that we want to do together, or is that something that we want an individual to do and we can all look it over? Like what do we want to do on that?
So the roadmap is not the same as the outline for the research.
Correct. The roadmap is an actual timeline of completing that outline.
So all it says is the roadmap is your team's plan to create these 2 artifacts. It should specifically identify responsibility, schedule, and deliverable.
So I think what we can do for that is actually take the outline and create a timeline for completing each part.
Yeah.
So I think that one we have to designate a person. I think we were talking about designating like the first 2 spaces to people and then the rest is like a group. So I think for that, what we would do would be like the timeline would be, introduction will be completed by so-and-so by this date and time. this portion will be completed by so-and-so by this date and time. And then for the remainder, we would put, okay, we will have a group meeting to discuss this on this day and time. So I think what he really wants us is to create an actual schedule for when we're going to complete certain aspects of the outline. I think. I don't know. I don't know. This class has made me question a lot of things in my life.
Again, tell me in one sentence what our research paper is supposed to be about. T7?
I think what Nelson explained to me was that we believe it is defining the T7 model to the other team. So, like where they have the Lencino model and we have the T7, we have to create a research paper and PowerPoint presentation explaining that model, how that model works within a team, what exactly that model is, and put it in a presentable fashion for the other team.
That's what I think too, but it doesn't really say that anywhere.
No.
Nowhere.
It would supremely help that if in the Milestone 3 integration, if the notes were up there, but it says coming soon.
Right. Okay. So we don't actually have to have all these things on our outline either. All like this is,
No. I think once the meeting ends, I think I'll go in and create an actual document for a roadmap, and then we can just kind of put things in there.
I kind of did the introduction already when I did my research, so can't we just use partially that?
Yeah, we can.
That we put in the original paper?
Yeah.
And it has the authors in it a little bit as well. I'm fine to work on either one of those. It's up to you guys. Is there something you want to work on, or?
If you go to, if you go to that 4th page of that document, the milestone one.
Yeah.
This is what I now think the roadmap should look like. We put a goal and then the objectives. So like if our first goal, we'll take a look at, are you all able to open it to see?
I see it, yeah. But what is your goal? You mean your goal being the introduction?
Okay, like create, for example, the first goal could be to create a research paper outline. So then the first objective would be to delegate sections to team members.
Okay.
Then the second objective would be to, and we could, if this is completely off base, just let me know, and we don't have to do this. But then the second objective would be to collect summaries for those sections.
So you're kind of doing number 2, correct? Like number 1, it says it needs to be this like sample outline, like see sample outline below, and then the number 2 would be the research presentation. Do you see what I'm saying? On that.
The presentation would be like the last thing, because that's when we're done with the class. That's the 2 deliverables at the end of the semester are the research paper and the research paper, and then the presentation on T7.
Right.
So leading up to that, we should break it down into like these smaller components, right? Like first, just create an outline, then delegate each other's sections. Then each person comes up with a summary for their section. I mean, considering how many weeks we have, the next thing is to write out your section.
Right. Okay.
But
so
this class is going faster than I thought.
Yeah, right. I think then I'm okay with how you're doing it, but then like we need to just you're not going to be here. Like, how are you going to work on this in New York?
It's just us in the group, just us 4 right here.
No, we have Michael as well.
Oh, okay.
Michael's just working right now. That's why we're recording the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, another thing, coming up, I don't know if we're still going to be in groups by May 5th, but May 5th through the 10th, I'm traveling to New York to see family. I'm taking my laptop though, so I'll still be able to do homework and communicate, but I just want to let you guys know that.
Okay. No worries.
I'm actually in New York right now, but
I know. Which one?
Going to stab somebody.
hey,
Welcome back. I'm going to stab Zoom. Like, whoever created Zoom, I'm just gonna start, like, stabbing. Okay.
Okay.
So
back to this. Okay. So then what's our second goal?
Well, what was our first goal? I'm sorry.
He's got create the research paper outline. He's typing it as we go on the on that.
Oh, okay. Let me open that. Let me get back to that document. Okay. So okay. So first goal.
Mine keeps cutting out. I don't know why. Sorry.
That's okay.
No, it's fine, Twicon. It keeps ending the meeting, and then we have to like restart it. It's not you.
man, I don't know. Is this? I don't know if you can see as I'm typing, but
we can.
so the first one's like goals wise. The first section is create the outline.
That makes
The
sense.
second goal, the second section is complete the research paper. Third goal is complete the presentation.
Right. I think that looks good.
So then delegate. I mean, we're not delegating at that point.
No, I wouldn't put delegate. I would put objective
I
one.
have dates, right?
Yeah. Well, I think we'll put dates once we get the objectives in.
Well, actually, that could be objective one is determine dates.
Or I think it'd be objective 3 up under create the research paper outline.
Yeah, it would be under create the outline.
We need to do that sooner.
So objective 3 is determine due dates.
Yeah, perfect.
For member section.
Research paper and presentation.
For everything.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
So then, okay, if the second goal is complete.
For objective 1 for a complete research paper, what are you writing?
Well, if for the outline we already have delegated sections, then for the research papers, the members need to complete their sections based on outline sections. Right, so if someone had introductory for the outline,
right,
then they need to write out the introduction for the paper. And then same thing, members need to for the presentation.
But see, here's the thing, is that the presentation and the research paper, we literally have to be doing at the same time because they're both due at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's not like the research paper.
That's okay, because you're going to use the research paper to do the presentation, right? So I think that's okay. Like, you don't think like you have to do the big paper first and then tighten it down?
I think the presentation is actually going to take more time because it's not like we can just make a presentation with a bunch of words on the page. Like, we have to put in photos, we have to put in actual like charts and so forth like that to describe the T7. So I think that one might take a little bit more initiative to get right. The paper, I mean, is just a research paper. We're just explaining everything of what T7 is. The presentation actually has to be a visual presentation for the other team. So
right, but you can't really do it till you've done all the research for the paper, right?
Correct, but we also have to kind of do it at the same time.
I think you're right. So what I'm thinking is, if we create an outline first, then we assign people sections of each outline. So my second objective for goal number 1 is to each person then summarize each section. And then the presentation will kind of mimic that summary, possibly. So after we do the research paper, or as we do the research paper, we kind of create the text that's going to go in the presentation. Not necessarily the slides and the pictures, but just the text, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've been in teams before where people just copy paste whatever they wrote before, and it's not a good presentation because it's like all this writing, all this
Too much.
reading,
Right.
and it's really hard to read it. It's the text is small.
Right.
People just get bored. It's not a good presentation. Not that we're presenting this one, but
Yeah.
let's try to make a good presentation.
We are presenting it.
So then we need to.
We are.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we need to.
We are presenting it. That's why it has to be very visual and not text based.
Yeah.
Because this is actually something that we're each going to have to speak. We're each going to have to present a certain slide. So
we're going to have to make it look like his things with all these different things all around.
Exactly. So we're going to have to work it out. So if you got any shame in public speaking, get it over now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I do think we probably will do the research paper first and then summarize what we did in that to make the presentation. And then the presentation will probably be several steps, like put in your text. And then if we see each other's text is too short or too long, we tell each other that, like, hey, you need to condense it or maybe add some more, add some visuals. Then we practice the presentation. Are we recording a presentation? Is that what it sounds like?
I'm not sure if we're recording it or if we're doing it
live. Yeah. I don't know.
A live thing where it's like everyone's on and we're presenting it, or if we're like recording it and then you play it. I'm not quite sure because he hasn't given us any.
We might find out the week before.
We
have nothing. Right? I know nothing.
It'll be the week before.
I don't know if he's allowed. I don't know if he's allowed to tell us that we have to meet as a class because this is an online class. But let's say we're either going to record it or we're going to meet with the other class and present it. Mm-hmm. So we have to practice the presentation, and then objective 4 is to present.
Yeah, this looks good. And then we just have to have some dates, and all these dates are going to overlap, right? It seems like we're going to be doing it all at the same time, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put the dates in because I have to look at the calendar of when everything is technically due.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and do that after the meeting here, and we'll put it all in. But should we have 2 more objections for the research paper, or we just want to leave it as one objective on that section?
Well, I'm gonna write a line. Feel free to add objectives or even goals.
Okay.
By Sunday. This is due Sunday, right?
I don't think we get too specific now, or else we, give ourselves more work. I think each section is good. We need to just, like you said, just do a couple more objectives.
I'll throw it out there. I don't care too much about grades. If you look at the rubric, it has to be super clear what we're doing.
Yeah.
If we don't get a full points for this roadmap, I'm perfectly fine with it. But just look at the if you want to get a higher grade, look at the rubric, because I don't know what he expects. I wish we had a sample roadmap, but I think he knows everyone would just copy that roadmap.
Right. I think if Desiree gets the dates in there, and then what can another goal be? Maybe that objective 2 would be that we all read each other's information and give comments to at least 2 people or something like that. He likes people working together.
And we could even
round robin, like you have to comment on each section. How we talked about that using round robin.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say team up, but then we have an odd number of people. So yeah.
Yeah. We have such few people, and then if we all have to read the other sections and comment on them, then we're all going to know what's in the other sections, which is good for us, right? It'll force us to get into it. So everybody do that, and then objective 3 could be like finalize paper, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that should be the last one for all of them, actually.
Well, you did pretty much. You said present. That's perfect.
Select summaries for each section. Determine due dates. Well, for the first one, we gotta say finalize.
Okay.
Oh wait, does that even
make an outline? You don't have to finalize it. It's okay.
No, you're right.
Outlines can change. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
No, I think that looks really good. All we gotta do is just put those dates in there.
Perfect.
and I think it'll be really good.
Desiree, maybe put like the dates that we're meeting to do certain things too, and then the due dates too.
Yeah.
So are we gonna have a regular date? Like, can we keep Mondays at 4 or 5 o'clock, whatever? And then, because it seems like Michael can do that one, but I don't know. The second one is we need to get a final thing where we're pretty consistent on it.
Like we're gonna have two meetings every week.
I think so.
I think we're gonna have to discuss where we are, because I think that's one of the things that he really wants us to do is keep up with proper communication.
Yeah.
And since we're all gonna have to contribute to the charter,
yeah,
we're gonna have to meet again.
Or so we could do it like we originally said, and everybody has to have done or typed or written something on the collaboration page by Thursday or something. Yeah, that we could do it that way if we can't all meet again. But,
yeah, I think Thursdays and Mondays are what work for everybody.
Okay.
I think the only concern, like I said earlier, was what it was with Megan or Morgan, because we didn't really have anything, but since she's no longer here, we don't really have to worry about it. So I think Thursdays and Mondays work, and then if anyone can't make it, we can just record it like we're doing for Michael.
I think that's good.
So, and then I'll keep the recordings and send it out to everyone through an email. That way, if we want to refer back to what we discussed, we can.
Good job, communications director.
That's what I'm here for. I contribute.
And I'm a good coach and leader. Woo! Woo! Good job. No,
way to go, team.
Exactly.
So yeah, so I think all we need to work on for the rest of this week is the rest of the charter, and then hopefully if everyone can put in their information into the charter by Friday, then we can go in on I can go in on Sunday and write it all out and make it look pretty.
Okay.
And then Saturday and Sunday, if we need to make any changes, we can make it on that point. So I'd like to have everything in there by Friday.
So looking at this document, do we want Michael to make boxes like this and everything, and then each person fills it in, or are we going to create our own box? How do you guys want to do it?
I think we'll create boxes. I'm going to work on this tonight.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and figure out how to share this damn thing, because I know it's possible.
Okay.
I've done it. And then try and like get it kind of looking like what we're going to turn in.
Okay.
And then of course Michael can go in and do everything, but do we want to meet again this week, or do we want to wait until Monday? Because Michael can meet tomorrow, because he's not working. But I know Nelson said that he couldn't meet tomorrow.
Well, you can meet without me, and then I'll try to make up for it next.
Well, I don't know that anybody will really have enough time to get all of their stuff done, especially Michael, if we meet.
Yeah.
It's like we kind of need to have all of our stuff done before we meet again. Do you want to do Sunday morning? Or, Nelson, you're not home yet still?
But Thursday's the hardest day for me to try to make it work. Other days, like today, I can just come somewhere and meet.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I don't think we really need to meet again this week, because all we're doing is putting information in to those sections. So we can just wait for Monday. I just didn't know if we wanted to meet again with Michael to address, any of his concerns or questions.
Okay.
But if he doesn't have anything, I mean, he's been really good about texting through the group chat. So I think if he does
give us a day,
have any questions,
give us a day though, so that you want all of our part of the charter done.
Friday.
You want it done on Friday? Okay.
I'd like everything in there by Friday.
Okay.
So that we can kind of go through and wrap it all up.
So that you can look at it.
Oh, no, PM. I just like it done by Friday, so Saturday I can work on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so anytime by Friday. And then, of course, don't forget to put the discussion up there, because our grades all rely on all of you guys as well.
You and I are the only ones that have done it so far. In the whole class.
Yeah, so. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter about the other group, because it's actually, I didn't understand it, but it's actually, he posted, like, the discussion in our specific group. So we're not responding to any part of the other group's post. We're only responding to each other.
Oh, by I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so it's
By Sunday.
we take the 3 rules from the other group participants, but then when we are responding, we respond to our own group.
Got
So
it.
there's actually 5 responses.
Yeah.
Which is why we need to make sure everybody's is up tonight so that we can respond in the next 3 days.
Okay.
So you should have 5 responses for each person, and where our collaboratory
Wait.
Team Bravo discussion is,
Yeah, I saw it.
that's
Yeah.
where this discussion is as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So
Wait, so we have to
Um,
reply to 5 people? I'm confused on the discussion part.
So, Traquan, for the individual, so what we post, you have to respond to. So, like the other discussions, you could only respond to 1, 2, or everybody. This one, particularly, you have to respond to all of us in your group.
Yeah.
So, so you should have 5 responses.
Because we're formulating our rules, right? So
Exactly. Yeah. So you have to respond to everyone else's post with, I think it's like you point out one rule that you like agree with or don't agree with. I can't remember exactly, but you have to respond to everybody within our group.
Okay.
But the 3 rules you pick have to be from somebody from the other group. It can't be to one of us.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank
So-
you, Nelson, for getting the thing that we have to check in on Sunday started.
Yeah, for getting the paper together and everything.
That's awesome. And then,
That's really important.
so Desiree will put the
Okay,
dates
everyone.
and stuff, and then we'll just do our homework, I guess.
All right.
I know, a lot of it
Awesome.
too. Woo!
Enjoy the rest of New York.
Thank you.
All right, night everybody.
Okay, we'll see you guys later. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, how do I stop this?